Living in Los Angeles for the past 20 years, you quickly learn to adjust to life's events happening, whether it is traffic delays, protests in the streets, or Hollywood events. But every now and then, you get thrown of one of life's curveballs. Unfortunately, that is what has happened in LA in January. An absolute devastating tragedy of a fire that turned into fires. Pacific Palisades and the Altadena-Pasadena area are some of the most picturesque, beautiful areas in California, each with their own appeal. Fortunately, the fires are extinguished. Now it's time to create a lessons learned register. Hello, my name is Dennis Maynard. I am a real estate broker in Los Angeles with experience in commercial, development, investment, and good old residential. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and follow. Many were coming home from the Christmas and the holidays, and January 6th would be the first day back at work after the 2-week break. For myself, I was conducting my business planning and goal setting for the year. All in all, activity was picking up, traffic was coming back, time to get back to the grind. We were all making our plans intentionally or unintentionally. You know, there's an old saying that I remember from my youth. God is laughing while you're making your plans. Most things I had on the books for the week went out the window pretty quick. The flurry of text messages, hearing friends and friends of friends losing their homes, seeing the devastation on the internet and TV, tracking the next flare-up, several not too far away. Just a constant barrage of information. And then a flare-up happens close enough to get you thinking, what was my plan? What would I take if I had to leave? I can only imagine the flurry of thoughts in people's heads as they had to escape the oncoming fire. First instincts are to survive, and many did. The loss of life has been extremely limited for the size of this disaster, and thank God for that. But when you have time to stop and consider, like a slow motion sequence in a movie, such as Neo in The Matrix, your best laid plans get tested whether used or not. Where am I going? What do I take? How quickly can I gather these items and get out the door? I can tell you for me, it wasn't 2 minutes. This told me I was not organized, my plan wasn't effective, I wasn't alone. This can be demonstrated with the infrastructure in Los Angeles and California. The water pipes in some parts of LA are over 100 years old in some areas. The amount of water coming from the Sierras and up north has been restricted and redirected. No new water infrastructure has been built, including desalination plants and water storage for fires. Forestry projects and brush clearance could have been significantly better. Ineffective plans are better than no plans at all. At least you have a working framework to deal with the situation and are aware of many of the problems. Even if it's in your head, but this usually leads to survival mode. So what is the best way to get ahead? Having a system in place to deal with the challenges and a plan. If your plan goes out the window, you follow the system or the thought process. I was chatting with a friend on swim team who was on the verge of evacuation. He literally lived on the next zone to be evacuated. Well, he had packed his car, had all the important documents and all the essentials. Well, his best dress clothes, but no everyday clothes or sleepwear or any other stuff. It's kind of funny. It reminds me of the commercial where the end of the world is happening and the couple is loading their big screen TV into the back of the car. This is what I mean by a slow motion disaster movie where you can see it coming towards you and you start to overthink. You start to consider too many things instead of just staying hyper-focused. Just like a good project manager, it's time to review the plan. So couch quarterbacking is easy in hindsight. It can also be useful to evaluate what worked and what didn't, also known as a lessons learned register. But this can be applied to business, real estate transactions, investing, trading, just about anything. Things can go wrong, or challenges arise at any moment in time, even when you're trying your best to work the plan, the checklist, or the problem at hand. Sitting down to document what you would have done differently keeps it fresh and ingrained in your mind for the next time. How to create this document? Listen, it doesn't need to be complicated. It can be a paragraph about what happened, followed by a few bullet points of items to change. It can be a list of items to change in your plan or watch out for the next time. The more you document, the better. But don't overthink it. Living in the past doesn't serve you either. In the case of evacuation prep, being prepared simply means taking stock of what is important and what you need. Again, need. I know there's lots of ladies who can't live without their Louboutins. The real heartbreak comes when you misjudge what is really important to you. There are many that are grateful for the most important things, their family, their safety, being alive in this tragedy. As for couch quarterbacking, all of us should think about this disaster as a learning lesson and yet hold our leaders accountable for their lack of preparation and negligence. It would be different if they were prepared. We should also look to ourselves to review our own plans and to be better prepared for next time. After all, we are all still here to pick up the pieces, and we should make changes, including to our government, to move rebuilding forward and be better prepared for next time.